Hello YouTube, this is the practice review for Algebra 1 end of course exam for Florida students. Students taking Algebra 1 in middle school or high school will be responsible for passing the end of course exam to get credit for the course. Your test is most likely on a computer. This is a practice test that I've printed out. To print this test out so you can follow along, because it will not be very visible on the video, put EOC Algebra 1 Florida Practice into your search engine and it will come up with probably a PDF for the test. This comes from Highlands County and you can print that out and go ahead and follow along. Number 1. Anton joined a golf club 2 years ago. He pays an annual membership fee of $895 and a greens fee of $30 each time he plays a game of golf. The function below can be used to calculate the total yearly golfing fee, f of g, in dollars, where g represents the number of times he plays golf during the year. Last year he paid $2,065 as a total golfing fee. For how many games did he pay a greens fee? Well, he'll pay a greens fee for all the games, so all we have to do is substitute 2,065 in for f of g, which is your total cost. $895 is your fixed cost, plus $30 for every game of golf. I'm going to subtract $895 from both sides, and I'm going to get $1170 equals 30g, divide by 30, divide by 30, g equals 39. Now I'll go ahead and type 39 times 30, enter, plus 895, enter, and I'll get $2,065. I have this crossed out because it's extra information. In this case, 2 years ago, it doesn't factor into the problem. Okay, we have a similar question. For the function f of x equals 3x plus 2, find x such that f of x equals 14. I put 14 in for f of x. 3x plus 2, subtract 2, subtract 2, 12 equals 3x, divide by 3, divide by 3, x equals 4. Find the domain of the function represented in the graph. Well, again, this is very small, but your domain is the values that x assumes. It's horizontal. Your range is values that y assumes, which is vertical. Okay, so it's a little tough to see, but all I do is I find the x values it assumes, okay? So this is from -5 to 3. Also, because these are closed dots, if it were written as an interval, I would have not strict inequalities, less than or equal to, less than or equal to. Gregory teaches martial arts. He charges a one-time processing fee, and the cost of the classes is shown below. Let x represent the number of classes and y represent the cost of classes. Based on this information, what will it cost to take 10 classes? Okay. This is not exactly linear, because to take one class is 15, and then after that it's 12 more. So this is a little misleading. Based on this graph, What will it cost to take 10 classes? Well, 4 classes equals $51. So I need 6 more classes. And based on this, after the first, each class is $12. So it's going to be 51 plus 6 times 12. And then 6 times 12 is 72 plus 51, $123. So it's not exactly, well, it's $15 plus 12x if you want to use the equation. But I mean, you already have what 4 cost you, so you just use that. This represents the first 4, and then the next 6 are $12 each. Solve the equation. Well, first I'm going to distribute. This is negative 4x minus 40 minus 6 equals negative 3x. Negative 3 times negative 2 is plus 6. Then I'm going to go ahead and combine. This is negative 4x minus 46 equals negative 3x plus 6. I'm going to add my 4x to both sides. I'll get negative 46 equals x plus 6. Subtract a 6. Subtract a 6. X equals negative 52. And the check would be to put negative 52 in for x, and because you are only allowed a 4-function calculator, which is basically addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and maybe a square root sign, you would have to do this in parts. But it's given time, it's not a problem. A bookstore sold 18,000 paperbacks in 1 month. This was 10% less than the number of paperbacks the store sold the previous month. The following equation represents a situation where x represents the number of paperbacks sold the previous month. X minus 0.1x equals 18,000. How many paperbacks did the store sell in both months combined? Well, x minus 0.1x is 1x minus 0.1x equals 18,000. This is 0.9x equals 18,000 divided by 0.9 divided by 0.9. It's 20,000. Okay. So the first month is 20,000. Month 2 is given is 18,000. Both months combined is 38,000. What I want to bring up here is sometimes the way answer choices are structured will help you with a problem if you were thrown off by this equation. Well, the second month, or as it's written, the first month is a little bit less than 18,000. So 18,000 times 2 is 36,000. So this one is going to be off, and this one is going to be off. Because our number has to be a little bit greater than that, because the first month is greater than the second month, the total is going to be a little bit over 36,000. So we can eliminate that one. Shades R Us charges $20 per day to rent a lounge chair and $15 per day to rent an umbrella. Dan and Lisa paid a total of $245 to rent a lounge chair and an umbrella each during their vacation. Lisa rented the chair and umbrella for 1 day less than Dan. The following equation represents the situation where X represents the number of days Dan rented the lounge chair and the umbrella. Okay, so X is the number of days Dan rented the lounge chair and umbrella. Okay, What is the total amount that Dan paid to rent the lounge chair and the umbrella during his vacation? Well, what we're doing is we're going to solve for x, and x is going to be the number of days. And what I'm going to do is he rented both a lounge chair and an umbrella. So it's $20 for the lounge chair and $15 for the umbrella. So what I'm going to do is find x and then multiply that by 35. Okay, let me rewrite this with some distributing. 20x plus 15x plus 20x minus 20 plus 15x minus 15 equals 245. 20x plus 15x is 35x. Plus 20x is 55x. Plus 15x is 70x. And then, so I cross these out. Negative 20 minus 15 is negative 35 equals 245. I'm going to add 35 to both sides. I'll get 280 equals 70x divided by 70. X equals 4. Now I'm going to multiply that by 35. $140. This is a very elaborate setup. All I need to do is I need to see that what X is going to give me is the number of days Dan rented the lounge chair and the umbrella. And then from this I need to figure out it cost him $35 per day. Right? We have extra information like 1 day less than Dan. Right? If we didn't have this equation, it would be difficult to write it from the given setup. And at least it really doesn't play into this at all either. Okay. Which property would be used first to simplify the expression 2 times the quantity x plus 5y plus 1 and quantity minus 4 times the quantity 3x minus y minus 2? Well, our choices are distributive, identity, inverse, and commutative. What I would do is I would distribute this 2 and I would distribute this negative 4. Notice this question is not asking me to solve or to simplify. It wants you to name the property. Certain tests ask you to do this. Other tests just want you to be responsible for how they work. The identity property of addition says that any number plus 0 is itself. The identity property of multiplication says any number times 1 is itself. The additive inverse is a number plus the opposite of that number. 2 plus negative 2 equals 0. Or the multiplicative inverse says a number times its reciprocal equals 1. Commutative says that a plus b equals b plus a. Number 9. Your daily workout plan involves a total of 40 minutes running and swimming. You burn 20 calories per minute running and 10 calories per minute swimming. Let R be the number of minutes you run. How many calories will you burn in your 40-minute workout if you run for 20 minutes? So you're going to run for 20 and you're going to swim for 20. 20 calories per minute running. 20 calories per minute for 20 minutes. Minutes cancel. It's 400 calories. And 10 minutes per swimming. That's 20 calories per 1 minute times 10 minutes. It's another 200 calories. So your total is 600 calories. That's a little hard to see. 600 calories. Okay, this will end part 1 for the end of course exam, and I will upload the rest of them shortly. Thank you very much.